welcome back. Today I'm going to be going over all of the books I read in January, telling you what they're about, if I liked them, what I rated them, just like diving into them. Also wearing all black today because it's Grammy Day, which hopefully means that Taylor Swift will be announcing / releasing, possibly, Reputation Taylor's version. Please. I remember thinking this last Grammys and she did not do that, but instead she announced one of the greatest albums of all time, which is the Tortured Poets Department. So I wouldn't be mad if she announced another album, but if we're following the patterns, we should be at 2 re-recordings. So I'm wearing all black and a green necklace for debut maybe, but also snake green. I don't know. But anyways, let's get on to the books. So the first book that I read, I didn't read it, but like I finished it because I started it in December. Nightfall, which is book 6 in the Keeper of the Lost City series. And I've been reading these books since 5th grade, and a new book came out, so I'm like trying to reread all the books. The book is out at this point, like the new one, and I'm still rereading because my memory was just like kind of gone. So yeah, anyways. Book 6, I read that. I rated it 4 stars just for like nostalgia purposes. I don't think any of these books are gonna get less than like a 3.5 stars. But yeah, this one was very entertaining though. Like very entertaining. So yeah, if you're looking for like Harry Potter-esque, but like from a... Actually, it's not very Harry Potter at all, but like it's just like another like fantasy series. Like my 4 books that I read in elementary school, like book series: Keeper of the Lost Cities, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, and The Land of Stories. Those were mine. And I feel like that's just like how I got started into reading when I was in elementary school. And this year I want to reread the Harry Potter series. I would love to reread Percy Jackson, but I don't have a lot of the books. I have like the first book. I have all the books in the second series, but like obviously I need to reread the first series first. But yeah. And I don't think I'll ever reread The Land of Stories. Like, that one was definitely like a elementary reading level, but like the other 3, like I'm reading now and I'm like, this is fine, I love all of them. So yeah, anyways. Nightfall, solid 4 stars. Then I read The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, I'm not sure which one. This book I also gave 4 stars, and the whole concept is that this girl, whose name is Clementine, lives in her aunt's apartment, and her aunt passed away. Or is it her great aunt? I think it's her great aunt. But anyways, she lives in her great aunt's apartment and she passed away. But her aunt always told her about how like the apartment is magical and it'll like send you back like 7 years in the past. But Clementine is like, no, that's a lie. Like, that's magic. That can't be possible. Until one day it does. It sends her 7 years into the past, and she meets this guy. And it was so good. So it's like a rom-com, but with like magical realism in it. But it was like really good. So if you're okay with broadening your horizons while reading romance books, then I would recommend this book because it was really good. Like I said, 4 stars. Also like very short. Like you can like get through this like real quick. Just saying. And then I read book 7 in the Keeper of the Lost City series, Flashback. Shannon Messenger. I love her so much. But I did not remember the whole first half of this book taking place in the same spot. The same exact spot. She's in one bed for the first half of the book. I'm just like, Shannon, I love you dearly. I have loved you since the 5th grade when I started reading these books. But we could have shortened the first half of this book down so much. So that's why this book got a 3.75 stars, because this took so long. If I wasn't like binge reading it, just like sitting in my bed and just like flipping through, like just kept reading, then this book would have taken me like a month to get through, because why is she in the same spot for half of the book? Anyways, but we had to get through that book to get to this book, which is Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. You see the book tabs. You already know. I already knew I was gonna love this book. Practice makes perfect, but right here by Sarah Adams. The best book of ever that has ever happened. One of them, at least. That and like Better Than the Movies and Betting on You. Beg, Borrow, or Steal. This is the third book in the When in Rome series by Sarah Adams. Third one, so please read the other two before you read this one. But this book is so good. It's about Emily and Jack, and they are like rival second grade teachers, but this book happens in the summer, so they're not teaching. But it's like they hate each other, like the banter is amazing, but then it's like, oh, do they really hate each other? And there's also like a heist, not a heist element, but like kind of, like they have to go like get back something that they lost. Not lost. She like sent something somewhere and they have to like get it back, and yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing a great job at explaining this book because I'm just so excited because I loved it so much that I like don't know how to put it into words, but like 5 stars, obviously 5 stars. Another Sarah Adams female main character who is me, which is weird because oh my goodness, no one was gonna tell me to put that book back like that. That's a crime. Anyways, because Annie and Emily are very different, but like also both me. It's like Annie is me, but Emily is also like oldest daughter, but kind of. She is the oldest daughter, so just like both of them together are me. So yeah, 5 stars, will forever be 5 stars. And then I bought myself a Kindle in January, and I read 2 books on it. I read The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. That was another rom-com that I read. I read no mystery books this year, but that's okay because I'll probably read some next month. But The Bodyguard by Catherine Center is about a female bodyguard who is a bodyguard for like the most famous actor ever that everyone loves, but he kind of like disappeared off the scene for a while after his brother died in an accident. But he's like in Texas where they're based, and she has to be his bodyguard, and she has to like move into like his family's house, and she gets to know everyone, and she like forms attachments, but then she's like, but this is my job, I can't be forming attachments with this man. But you know how it goes. You know how it goes. And then I read From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. And the first half of that book took me a long time to get into because the book is like over 500 pages, which I didn't realize. I was just like, oh, I was going through my Goodreads and I was like, oh, Destiny, who, if you don't know who Destiny is, she's a booktuber and I love her dearly. She rated it 5 stars. This was 2 years ago, but she rated it 5 stars and she was like, this is like probably my favorite book ever. I loved it so much. And I'm like, oh, I need to read it. And I saw that it was on Kindle Unlimited, and so I read it, as one does. I read the first 25% of the book one day, and then the rest of it the second day, because then I like got attached to the characters and fell in love with the book. So right now I do have it at 5 stars, but I don't know. It's always that feeling when you finish a book and you're like, oh, this is 5 stars. But then like after a week or like a day or two, you're like, I don't know, maybe it's like a little lower. So maybe like 4.5, but like it was still really good. Because after 500 pages of a book, you do get attached. And this is like a figure skater. They're both figure skaters. And they were like enemies. You know how it goes. They were enemies, but now they have to be partners, like skate pairs partners. And 500 pages later, you see what becomes of them being partners. I highlighted so many things in that book. You have no idea. So many pages. I just got interrupted, but that was probably for the best because I was yapping for a while about that book. So yeah, 3.5 to 4 stars on From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. Will I read another one of her books? I don't know, because 500 pages is a lot for a romance book to me. Like, the length of like Sarah Adams books, perfect to me. Ann Lynn Painters and Emily Henry's. Obviously, they have a whole shelf basically dedicated to them. I'm their biggest fan. I love you all. But anyways, that is all for today's video. My next video is going to be my February TBR, and it's a new concept for me. I've never done this before, but it was popular on YouTube. So that should be up tomorrow. But if you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and either me or Scottlynn will see you in the next one. Bye!